Hello, it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition for tonight headlines. We have the head of state expresses his warm congratulations to the President Trump. At least 40 dead in Israeli raids in the east of the countries in Lebanon. Welcome to our newsroom. The President of the Republic, the head of state, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, has sent a telegram of congratulations to his elected counterpart in the U.S., Donald Trump, who was declared the winners of the presidential election held in this friendly country on Tuesday. It is an honor and a pleasure for me to extend to you on my own behalf and on behalf of the people and government of Djibouti my warmest congratulations on your re-election as the 47th President of the U.S. of America, wrote President Guelleh in the message sent to Mr. Trump. The tireless commitment, calm and confidence with which you pursued your goal enabled you to win this election, as President Ismail Omar Guelleh noted in the same document, hailing an impressive, historic, resounding, and remarkable victory. The Republic of Djibouti will continue to support the U.S. in its effort to bring peace, freedom, and democracy to the world, added the head of state, underlining the extent to which the two countries share common values and a strong commitment to contribute jointly to the emergence of a freer, safer, and more prosperous world. My heart is heavy. Kamala Harris urges acceptance of Trump victory in concessionist speech. His Vice President Kamala Harris spoke in Washington for the first time since losing the tunnel to Donald Trump. In remarks, she confirmed that she personally called her rivals to congratulate him on his election as 47th President of the U.S. I spoke to Donald Trump and congratulated him, Harris said, promising to help with the transition of power, facing a crowd of supporters and standing with a thoughtful team was the Democratic nominee frankly acknowledged. 8 years after creating the biggest modern political surprises and 4 years after leaving power, the unshakable Donald Trump is making a comeback at the head of the U.S. In an absolutely unprecedented scenario. Nothing will have managed to put him out of the game. He will now be the new tenant of the White House. But who is he then? Donald Trump is emerging as an emblematic, controversial figure in American politics, a personality who leaves no one's indifferent. Born on June 14, 1946 in New York, he first proved himself as a businessman building a real estate empire within the family businesses. The Trump organization is with his bold visions and flair for marketing. He transforms ambitious projects into the resounding successes ranging from the skyscrapers to luxury hotel complexes. Trump is recognized for his ability to innovate and anticipate the market trends. His global fame was further enhanced by his reality TV show, The Apprentice, where he captivated millions of viewers with his distinctive leadership style. This program not only entertained but also positioned Trump as a charismatic leader capable of making tough decisions and motivating others. In 2016, his candidacy for the presidency revolutionized the American political landscape with a clear message of renewal and patriotism. He managed to reach a wide range of voters, in particular all those who had been left behind. To the average American, especially those who felt abandoned by the establishment, his slogan, "Make America Great Again," would resonate deeply in the collective consciousness of millions of Americans, promising a return to traditional values and renewed prosperity. A speech rooted in American values. During his term, Trump implemented economic policy that would promote growth. His tax cut and deregulation efforts have spurred investment and business development, contributing to record low unemployment before the COVID-19 pandemic. This on foreign policy, he's taking bold steps to reform trade agreement and has played a key role in normalizing relations between Israel and several Arab countries. Despite challenges of and polarization, he will maintain a loyal base of support. His outspokenness and ability to communicate directly with his against and the Prime Minister and acting head of government, His Excellency Abdelkader Kamil Mohammed, welcomed today late in the morning in the Lounge of Honor the the new ambassador of the Democratic People Republic of Algeria to Djibouti, Dr. Mohamed Nasser Bessaklia. This meeting focuses on a common strategy to strengthen bilateral relations between Djibouti and Algeria based on economic and fraternal ties. The discussion has highlighted the economic and political integration of the African continent with the collaborative initiative involving the Maghreb region, as well as cooperation in multilateralism forums such as the African Union, the Arab League, and the United Nations to defend the common interests of the two nations. The Prime Minister firmly requested Algeria's support for Djibouti's candidacy for the presidency of the African Commission. The two parties also discussed ways to increase bilateral trade, promote cultural exchanges to strengthen people-to-people ties, and the economic diversification of Djibouti and Algeria. Amina Abdi Aden, Djibouti Minister for Town Planning and Housing, accompanied by a delegation from her department, is taking part in the 12th World Urban Forum being held in Cairo, Egypt, from 4 to 8 November 2024, under the high patronage of the Egyptian head of state. During this event, the Djibouti delegation took part in several ministerial roundtables organized by the UN Habitat and the Egyptian government, and the minister shared Djibouti's experience in urban development. The World Urban Forum is a platform for exchanging ideas and forging new partnership in the context of new urban agenda. From 4 to 7 November, the National Assembly of Djibouti organized a training course in collaboration with the Interparliamentary Union as part of its effort to enhance the capacity, efficiency, and transparency of parliamentary proceedings. He underlined the usefulness of the points addressed during the workshop in building the capacity of parliamentarians. He expressed his convictions that the objectives of the workshop had been achieved thanks to the active participation and high quality contributions of the members' parliaments. Over the courses of the 4 days, the members took part in a series of discussions and development sessions aimed at optimizing the operation, preparations, and monitoring of the activities of their committee. These training sessions enabled the member parliaments to deepen their understanding of the fundamental missions of parliamentarian committee, particularly in terms of legislation, information, and control of the executive. They were also able to explore in details the responsibilities they have to fulfill their mandate effectively and responsibly. The discussion is enriched by contributions from experts such as Omar Endoy and Mark Boss gave the elected representative an opportunity to share their experiences, identify specific issues, and propose concrete measures for a more inclusive political environment. The second Vice President of the National Assembly, Honorable Omar Ahmed Wais, expressed his sincere thanks to all the honorable members of Parliament and the administrator for their active participation. These training sessions enabled members of Parliament to deepen their understanding of the fundamental missions of the Parliamentarian Committee, particularly in terms of legislation, information, and control of the executive. The Camp Sheikh Osman, 5 November 2024, under the chairmanship of the Chief of the Armed Forces, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, hosted the celebration of the end of the first rotation of the operational refreshers courses, which began on 5 October. The program held in at Bodli Said Gaban and Ekomi site was designated to strengthen the tactical skills and cohesion of Army units, officers, non-commissioned officers, and other ranks gathered at the Humbuli Tactical and Technical Training Center at Sheikh Osman to mark the occasion, bearing witnesses to weeks of intensive efforts and commitment during the course. These first rotations enabled the participants to train in demanding environment in a school of perseverance, adaptations, and solidarity. They were able to reinforce their technical and tactical skills while rekindling the spirit of cohesion. Every march, every maneuver, and every challenge was an opportunity for the soldiers to learn to support each other. At the closing ceremony of these first rotations of the operational refresher course, the Chief of the Armed Forces, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, was welcomed with the full military honor. After his arrival, he reviewed the trainees who had completed the courses. The Institute of Diplomatic Studies organized a panel on Monday on strengthening cooperation ties between Turkey and Africa. The objective was to explore new avenues to increase existing cooperation ties between the continent and Turkey. It should be noted that this panel comes after third Africa-Turkey Interministerial Conference held from November 2 to 3 in Djibouti, and this is in presence of Mohammed Ali Hassan, the Turkish ambassador to Djibouti, Erdal Sabri Ergen, the director general of the institute, the former ambassador of the Republic to Ethiopia, Mohammed Idris Farah, senior officials of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, but also representative of the African Union, and the Turkish Ministers of Affairs. The Secretary General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation opened this panel by delivering a speech during which the senior officials outlined the usefulness of this panel regarding the emergence of the new initiatives, and this in order to improve cooperation between the continent and Turkey. This event, he said, constitutes a unique opportunity to strengthen the ties between our nations and to explore together the avenue of cooperation that will allow us to meet the common challenges we face, specifying that Djibouti, as a crossroads between Africa and the Arab world, plays a strategic role in strengthening relations between Africa and Turkey. Our country is proud to host discussions that aim to promote concrete initiatives for mutual development and shared prosperity. Former Ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti to Ethiopia, Mohammed, and permanent representative of Djibouti to the African Union, Mohammed Idris Farah, then spoke to give an outline of the process of developing the cooperation link between Turkey and the African Union. The 16th retreat of the African Union Peace and Security Council came to a close this afternoon at Ela Grand Hotel. The retreat provided an opportunity for the members of the Peace and Security Council to reflect on the Council's working methods in order to adapt its works and approaches accordingly to meet its objectives by creating the Peace and Security Council and endowing it with the powers conferred on it by the protocol relating to the establishment of the Peace and Security Council Protocol. The African Union has provided itself with an institutional structure in line with the continent's long quest to assume leadership in the search for solutions to continental challenges relating to peace and security. On this occasion, the member of the Peace and Security Council took the opportunity to examine the cases of several African countries plagued by insecurity or conflict. Following in the footsteps of the rest of the world, the Worldwide Can Day was celebrated with a great pomp and ceremony today in the Republic of Djibouti. The event was chaired by Idris Momin Abdi, president of the Djiboutian Association of the Blind, and was attended by a number of the leading figures from the public and private sectors. The ceremony was attended by young people, older people, and living with a disability, as well as their families. The theme of this year's World Sight and White Can Day is the importance of the e-health for children in schools and workplaces. Each year, the day is an opportunity to raise public awareness of a tool that helps blind and partially sighted people to get around independently every day. The day was marked by discussions. Yesterday evening, the National Swimming Pool was the scene of a landmark event, the launch of the 2024-2025 National Swimming Championship. The ceremony brought together a host of swimming enthusiasts with the several clubs from the capital and surrounding regions that taking part. The opening ceremony was graced by the presence of the key sport figures, including Abdallah Mohamed Dini, president of the Djibouti Swimming Federation, Mr. Abshir Ali Hassan, director of sport. Their presence underlined the importance of this event for the development of swimming in Djibouti. Many members of the federations, as well as supporters of the club, attended the evening, creating a festive and convivial atmosphere. The passion for swimming was palpable, and the commitment of all the participants was a real driving force for the future of the sport in the countries. In his speech, Mr. Aras Dabele, vice president of the Swimming Federation, expressed his gratitude to the State Secretariat for Sport for its unfailing support for the Federation. He stressed that this support was essentially to revitalize swimming in Djibouti and encourage young people to get involved in the sport. The president of the Federation also spoke of the efforts being made to improve the infrastructure and training programs in order to guarantee a promising future for Djibouti swimmers. As part of the Progress Completion Mission, it's a completion mission led by the UGP team from the Ministry of Agriculture, accompanied by IFAD. Experts spent 8 days in the program's intervention zone in Dikhil Arta Tajura regions. This visit concluded with the organization of a stakeholders workshop in Dikhil on Thursday 31 October, in Tajura on Monday 4 November at the Hotel Gadile Resort respectively. This workshop, chaired by the regional prefect, provided an opportunity to share the experiences of the program's beneficiaries, who made constructive recommendations to ensure that the gains made are sustained. The gendarmes of the PK-12 Brigade received information that the commercial sectors of the PK-12 neighborhood had become a place for various illegal transactions between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Following this information, the gendarmes carried out the surveillance operations in the area. At around 3 p.m., their attention was drawn to a suspicious individual carrying a rucksack of a parked motorbike. This individual was preparing to hand over the rucksack to another person, known unfavorably to the judicial services. Suspecting this transaction, the investigators intervened discreetly and arrested the two individuals on the spot. During a search of the rucksack, the gendarmes discovered the 5 black bags containing 1 kilogram of cannabis herb. When confronted with the seized product, the two traffickers agreed to cooperate with the investigator. Following a tip-off from the main delivery driver. The investigation has led the police to a house in the town center that was being used as a drug storage area. During the search, the gendarmes discovered 32 cannabis herbs in one room of the house, as well as 5 mobile phones and 10,000 Ethiopian birr in cash. A total of 37 pockets were seized. The market values of this product, weighing 15 kilograms, is estimated at around 2 million Djibouti franc. And given the seriousness of the offenses, the two traffickers will be brought before the court to justice to answer for their actions. For the international scene, in Lebanon, at least 14 people were killed last night by Israeli strikes on eastern Lebanon, including the city of Baalbek, where rescuers are still searching for survivors in the rubble. The health ministry announced in the evening the series of strikes by the Israeli enemy on the Beka Valley, and Baalbek killed 40 people and injured 53. The ministry said in a statement specifying that this was a provisional toll. The toll includes 11 people killed in the city of Baalbek, including 9 in the Shikan district. Witnesses in Baalbek so rescuers searching for the survivor under the rubble after an attack on a poor neighborhood. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.